Well, hello, everybody. It is February the 17th, 2019. And as you can see, if you can see, I am in destination red mode. And I wanted to remind you guys that we're all working toward a cruise. You know how sometimes when Mary Kay will come out with a new contest and you're like, I'm on that, I'm going to do that. And then when it doesn't happen like in the first 2 weeks, you're like, well, let me just go ahead and I'm going to work on something else. So I just want to encourage you tonight. I've got my background. I mean, like I can touch the water. I can feel the ocean right here on my balcony suite. And I've got my Mary Kay red sunglasses on. And I've got my little hula girl dancing to remind me of my Hawaii trip as well and my $1 million year. And so you guys, it's time to regroup and remember what we're going for. And I was talking to a national sales director, and she said, you know, anybody that's saying, well, I'm not focusing on the cruise, I'm going to focus on something else, it just doesn't even make sense. Because this cruise will get you to every single thing that you might want in your business. And the very worst thing that could happen to you is that you could get some recruits, you could make some sales, and you could help your team members get some recruits. That's the worst thing that could happen to you if you go for it. So tonight, it's going to be all about recruiting and about sharing this opportunity with your friends and customers. And so before I share some tools and some things that have worked for me, then I am going to let two of our sales directors share. I asked them to share, and I will see if there's anybody else that said they would, but I know Jana and Laree are on board with me. Yep. And so I'm going to ask them to share just a little bit about how they got their last couple recruits and just real stories about how we are building our team. And I know many of you are building your team. And then I'm going to go over, after they finish just talk for a few minutes, then I'm going to go over, I have written down, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different things that Mary Kay has provided as tools for you to recruit. And some of them you may not know about. So I'm excited to share those with you. And I feel like after this call that you're going to feel more equipped to share the Mary Kay opportunity with other people, because sometimes you just don't know where to start. And so we're going to talk about a couple of different methods. One is I call it the shotgun method, and that's where you send info out to everybody. Okay, just to see if somebody might get nicked with the shock, with a little, somebody might get hit and say, yes, me, okay? And then how to do it individual, which is probably the best way. Well, it is the best way, but sometimes just getting the word out to everybody is good too, because you never know who might be interested. It might not be the person that you thought about, right? So we're going to start out with Jana, and she is going to share just for a minute or two or a few minutes on her last couple of recruits. And I asked them to share a couple of things. I asked them to share how she met them, how she even met the person. I asked them to share how they shared. I gave them the idea. What did they say to get the idea to start to even think about selling Mary Kay? What tools did they use? Why did they think she actually signed up? And how long did it take her from the time she mentioned it to her about the company until the time she signed up? So that's some of the things that they're going to share. And then I will go over all the tools. Okay. So let me find Miss Jana here. Okay, Jana.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, let me get your little face on here. Hang on. Okay, you're on.
Okay. Hey guys, Cleta, thank you so much for allowing me to share tonight. So I'm going to tell you about two of my friends that are now on my team. So first of all, I want to start with my most recent recruit, and her name is Sarah. And I met Sarah because our kiddos go to the same school. They are actually, her daughter and my son, our youngest kids are in the same class. And so a few years ago, Sarah had breast cancer, and I really didn't know her personally prior to that because our kids were in separate classes, but in the same grade. And so, I heard that Sarah had breast cancer, and our school is a Christian school, is very close-knit. And so I reached out to Sarah at one point and said, you know what? I just want to get together with you. I have a special gift for you, and I want to help you feel fabulous. Now, this wasn't an opportunity for Janice Strunk to profit and sell the product. My goal was because just thinking about her young children, it just makes me want to cry right now. Just what she was going through, and her husband's in the military, and so he had deployed, and so she was just burdened with so much. And so I got together with her and we did a fun facial, and I said, if you could just select anything, what would you get? And she told me what she would get, and she selected the Miracle Set and some other products, and I gifted it to her just because of what she was going through. And so she was my client, of course, going forward and things, but that's kind of how our relationship started, just because I wanted to reach out, because I wanted to do what I could do to hopefully impact her life in a powerful and positive way and help her feel beautiful when she was going through so much. And so I gave her like the after sun gel for radiation and things like that going forward. And so that's really how we got to know one another. But like I said, that's been a few years ago. And so I've just kept in contact with her and offered to do update facials. And even though life has been busy and she has kind of switched careers, it's kind of crazy like that. But you know what? With this booking 5 by Friday, when you stretch yourself and you have an actual goal of how many bookings that you want to get in the week, then you'll stretch and you'll make it that extra. So I went through my list and I'm like, oh, Sarah, I need to contact Sarah again, because we had gotten together for a facial a while back and her son's on the Clear Proof. And so, Sarah and her daughter came for facials this last Saturday, and we were visiting, and I had visited with her before, and I do a lot of my marketing. I like to sow seeds into people while I'm doing the facial. And so I was sharing with her things, but I like to ask a lot of questions. And when we were talking, when I did the facial a while back, she had told me, I said, how's your new job going? And she said, well, she wasn't trying to be negative, but one of her kids said, some of the ladies there are not very nice to her. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, so we had a conversation a little bit about that. And so I always like to listen for, how can Mary Kay bless this person? And so, we talked a little bit about that, and I said, I'll follow up with you. Well, then when we got together on Saturday, I used getting together again as a tool to layer her and to show her the starter kit. And when she saw what was in the starter kit, she was like, oh my gosh, really? Well, what would happen if I just got it to get a discount? And I said, that's a choice. That's totally a choice. And so that's why I think she signed up, is just to get the discount, because she's using it, her son's using it, and as she is considering this, I told her, I said, let's look at the catalog. And I said, you see all these things in here? You circle anything. If you could get all of your products that you're going to use for half price, what all would you use? Like this says this is $25. That's really going to cost you $12.50. And she's like, oh, I would use that. I would use that. I would use that. And so, that makes a really big difference. And so we were talking about the comparison of the prices. Like she said, I was buying some mineral powder from Ulta, and I was spending $60. And so I said, wow, well, how would you feel if you could buy some mineral powder foundation from Mary Kay for $10? And it's an amazing quality. And so she got really excited about that. And then, we're going to, of course, get together this week and talk more about what does that look like for you going forward. So anyway, but how long did it take for her from the time I mentioned to her? I mentioned this the first time that I got together with her. But so it's been something that a seed that I've continually sown. And, of course, the initial time that we got together, it wasn't a time where I could say, or wanted to say, hey, the next step is just to get your starter kit. What would keep you from that? I did not say that, just because of the circumstances of what she was going through. But, I will tell you that was definitely a layering process. The other independent beauty consultant I'll tell you about is, and by the way, Sarah does graphic design, and she is open to possibilities. She's open to possibilities, and I know she's open to possibilities. She actually was doing something with another home-based business. Okay, so Shani is a mortgage loan person. She does home loans, and so she's been a friend of mine for since 2006. So 2006, that's where I met her in the community. So 13 years we've known one another. And I've always thought, oh my gosh, she would be so amazing on my team. She's just so delightful. She's such a kind person. And also she's just sharp business lady. And so she had signed up on my team about 3 years ago, and then it didn't materialize. We didn't get together on it, and it was just kind of a timing issue. But we stayed in contact, and I told her, I put her on my preferred customer list and things like that. And so this last time, she gave me a gift card and said, hey, let's go to lunch. And so we got together, visited, and it just ended up being one of those things where I said, what would keep you from doing both of these? Because what I can see is that if she wants to increase her mortgage business, the loan business, she could advertise that, because when she's at a Mary Kay skincare class, she can tell people, okay, well, outside of Mary Kay, this is what I do. And so if you're looking for someone, when you or someone is buying a home, then I can provide this service for you. And then also when she is doing her home loans, she can wear a Mary Kay pin, attract people. I said, this, can work hand in hand. And so I think that she started because she loves being around that atmosphere of positive, powerful women, positive energy. She's a leader. And so I recognized that. And so we talked about that as far as when she was getting started. So, but she is a star consultant this quarter. And so it's been a process. Some people you meet and they sign right away, but some people it's more of a process. But I can tell you right now that building relationships is so important in our lives and in our business. And so, building that trust, I think, is really, really powerful. So anyway, that's all.
That's two great examples. So one you reached out to and gave a gift to, and later she's on your team. Mm-hmm. I mean, because she's going through what she's going through. And the other one's sharp business lady, decided to go ahead and do this. So, I mean, both sets of people, a lot of people would overlook. Like, she wouldn't want to do this because she's got cancer. And the other gal, she wouldn't want to do it because she's already successful. Right. So, I'm proud of you, Dana. That is awesome. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go to Loree next. And Loree, did you unmute yourself? I think you did. Okay, let me just get you up here. Okay.
Hey, everybody. I want to tell you first about the two people that signed up in January. And one of them was actually, the important thing about that, both of those were website referrals. So it is really important to have, to be a consistent star consultant, because I had the advantage of getting both of those. One as a customer initially, and then I had another girl that just reached out to me, sent me a message on my website and said she wanted to sign up and be a consultant. Now, the other one was someone that found me a few months ago and wanted to order some products. And so I said, well, instead of just ordering, can we get together? Let me do a facial, let you try the new Time Wise. And so during that facial, I just kind of did marketing just like I do at any other party. And she is a single woman. She doesn't have children at home, but she's a single woman, and she has to work 2 jobs just to kind of make ends meet. So she was, working in the day, but then she also sat with people, elderly people, over the weekend just to kind of make ends meet. And then one of the things that she told me during our facial and just getting to know each other was that she really regretted all of her weekends being tied up because she could not go see her grandchildren like she wanted to. And so I just kind of talked to her about, this might be something that could really be a good fit for you. And she had a lot of travel over Christmas. And so she said, well, I know I couldn't do it now. So I said, well, I'll just send you a video. So I had sent the video, the Jan Thedford video with Heather Daniel Kent, and where they were sitting on the couch. And so I had sent it to her, and I said, well, I've got 4 questions once you watch it. Well, and then I didn't really hear anything back from her. And so it was actually the week after Christmas that she texted me and said, okay, I finally watched that video. And so I just kind of reached out to her a little bit over that. And then I believe it was when I was in leadership that she actually signed up online while we were there, because when we had were touching base. And so I went ahead and resent the link while I was out there, and she signed up while we were there. And so, and it just, there again, it's just paying attention to what people are saying. Just like Jana said, it's just building a relationship and talking with them to see how Mary Kay might could fit into their life. And so she came in with a qualified order, and working with her to get her going. Now, I'm just going to be real with you, because sometimes the opposite happens. And so then the other person that reached out to me and signed up, she ordered the kit, but she's kind of gone MIA since then. And so that is going to happen sometimes. So just know that it happens to everybody, and it's not a personal thing. And so I'm hoping that, I can make contact with her, because I've had a pretty lengthy initial phone conversation with her before she signed up. But then I've not been able to schedule anything with her to meet her face to face. And so just this evening, I reached out again, and I just said, just let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you start your business, or if you've changed your mind about this, and you just need to order some products, as a customer, that's fine too. Just let me know how I can support you either way. And so I think, just kind of telling people that, it's okay too, if you just need to order. And so I just kind of wanted to compare and contrast that, everything happens differently for different people and different seasons in their life. And then one other one that I wanted to tell you about was my new team member for this month. And she was a referral from someone else that had given her my name, and she had ordered some products from me a couple months ago. And so I got excited about winning the cruise. And so I reached out, and I was just texting out some people, and calling some, texting some, however I could get them, and asked them, I just said, hey, I'm trying to win a cruise with Mary Kay. It's a free cruise, and can I please borrow your face? And so this one was one that reached out to me. That was on a Tuesday night. I scheduled her for a facial, and then she brought a friend with her. So we did a double facial on Wednesday, and she loved the products. She bought the Ultimate Miracle set. And then we got together on Friday to answer any other questions. And so then she signed up that weekend. So it just happens a lot of different ways for different people. But the cool thing about these three people were that I never met any of them. I would not have ever met them had it not been for Mary Kay, either through the referrals on the website, or through just, doing my business for a while, and people knowing that I'm, in Mary Kay, and sharing my name with other people. But these are, really neat people, especially the two that, are, one came in qualified, another one that we're going to do her party Tuesday night and get her initial order in. And so it's just fun building your business and being in a position to be able to meet other people. And I will give one other example, kind of like Jana. This one was one that was a layering approach, which I've talked to her about Mary Kay because she's a successful business person, but just never could quite nail her down to do a facial. And so that was one that I finally had invited her to be a guest of mine at my meeting. And she came in, and then she's like, well, it's just smarter to buy the kit. And so she signed up that night, kind of like Jana's customer, to get the discount. And we're still working with her to figure out how she's going to start her business and hopefully do her kickoff party this week too. So it's just, it's a lot of different options, a lot of different ways to meet people. And each of them have been different time periods too. Like one signed up in 4 days, one signed up the next day, one took 5 to 6 weeks, and another one took, really kind of talking about it for 2 years. So
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. That's exactly what I want to hear from you guys, because I want you guys to know there are a lot of different ways how you're going to recruit people. And so I'll just share my last one. A lot of y'all know that I did some parties last week. I did 5 parties last weekend, and then I had 3 scheduled for this weekend and 2 postponed, rescheduled, and I did 1. And so anyway, last Friday I did a party. It was the first one I did of the 5, and it was the one that I did at noon that I told y'all that people really do parties during the day. Surprise, surprise. There's like 8 people there. And so this girl, her name's Mandy, and Mandy was one of the guests at the party, not the hostess. And it was funny because when Mandy got there, it's like that's when the party kind of like she was like the life of the party. Everybody, I mean, like she was funny. Everybody was listening to her. They're like, I love her. This is my best friend. And, you know, I'm like, I love her too, you know? And so when we got done, I, of course, said what I always say is that Mary Kay always says, there's at least one new beauty consultant at every party. Which one of y'all is going to be? And then there were 3 that were interested in the business. Mandy was one of them. And so I booked a party with one of them. One of them was going to watch a video. And then Mandy, I gave her some information, and then I invited her to the sales meeting. And so she actually came, we had the party on Friday. Monday, she came to the meeting. And I actually texted her Monday, and I reminded her and asked her, and I didn't hear anything back from her. But then she walked in. I'm like, okay, woman of her word. I'm so excited. So Mandy came as a guest, and she had another facial. And at the end, she said, you know, I just really wish I could sign up like right this second. And she's moving this week, and she's got all this stuff. She just had surgery 2 weeks ago. Just had a lot of life happen to her, and just couldn't buy that kit right then. And so thanks to Loree told me about a little thing that she did. And I said, you know what, Mandy? I said, are you willing to work for it? And she said, yeah, I am. And I said, well, why don't we see if you can sell some charcoal mask? Because she loved that charcoal mask. Now, I got to tell you guys, she did not have a charcoal mask. She didn't buy the charcoal mask. She did not. I think she had one brochure. And the next day, she sold 4 charcoal masks. And by the time I saw her, she had sold 8. So we ordered her kit, and I've got the money actually right here. And we're going to save the rest of the money for her next order, to do her very first order. And we went over everything, and she wants to come in with a qualified order. And so I said, listen, if you can sell $208 in a couple of days with no product, no books, and you really don't know anything, I said, about it, just by your sheer enthusiasm, I know that you can come in with a qualified order as well. And so I met her last Friday, and she signed up a week later. And so you just don't know. And had I not drove an hour to do this party, I would have not have met Mandy. And I feel like Mandy, I mean, you know, Mandy is a worker. She's a worker bee. And she said, I am not above work. And she told me some reasons why she said, listen, I want to make this work. I need this to work. And I said, well, you know what? If you want it and you need it and you're willing, I said, that's all you need. That's all you need. I said, because I mean, really. And so what I'm going to do for her, because I want her to be a success, those women at the party, and I'm just going to throw this out to you. You do not have to do this, but this is how I run. Okay. Those women at the party, they're all her friends. So I said, Mandy, and I made a copy of all the profile cards at the party. And when she came to sign up, she came to my house, I gave her a copy of all of the profile cards and the referrals. And I said, these are going to be your first customers. I said, and not only that, I said, they're your friends anyway. And so I said, and Katie, one of the girls, was having a party next Saturday. And I said, I'm going to let you do that party. She was in a little panic then. She's like, that's like soon. I said, you're fine. You're fine. You've already seen me do 2, seen me do 1, Sayla did 1. I said, you're going to see another one. I said, this is not brain surgery. I said, and like she's worked in the medical field, different things. I mean, like, I said, listen, you can learn that. This is nothing. And so anyway, and she told me that one of the reasons she signed up, she said, I'm going to tell you 2 reasons I signed up. Because I asked her, I said, what made you go ahead and do it? And she said, and come to the meeting. She said, well, you gave me this brochure. And so the team building brochure has the national sales director on the front. And then I showed her on the inside the kit. And I showed her how you can go from I didn't even go over it, but I just showed it to her. Consultant to national sales director. And I showed her a picture of the cars because she desperately wants a new car. And so she said, that brochure is kind of what got me. And then she said, but on the way to the meeting, she said, I started thinking, I'm going to tell her that I'm not doing it. I'll just, whatever. She goes, because I thought, you know what? I don't want to flop at this. And doubts started jumping in on her shoulder on the way to the meeting. She said, but then you started the meeting off with a prayer. And it's funny because I do pray at the beginning of my meetings, but not every single one. But I felt like I needed to this week. And then at the end, giving her an opportunity to work for it. And so you just never know. You know what, you guys? I mean, you got to go with the flow. And so when I have a feeling about somebody, and you guys, you might have a feeling about somebody. And so work with her, because, you know, when I signed up, I did not have the $100. And it kept me from signing up for 3 months until I figured out how to do it. And at that point, you know, I ended up taking a loan to get my business started, because my parents had bought me a car and I had the title. And I mean, if I hadn't had that, then I don't know how would I got it. I mean, I would have tried to figure out some way. But, you know, work with people, because but I was willing to work. And just like Mandy goes, you tell me what to do and I will do it. And that's what I said when I joined Mary Kay. I told her, I was like, whatever you know, I'm a good student. So when she said book 8, hold 5 in your first 2 weeks, well, then that's what I did. I mean, I did wonder about the training. I remember telling her, kind of like Mandy, I'm like, when do I get trained? And they're like, you're fine, listen to that cassette. So I listened to this cassette tape like 10 times, and I still didn't know what I was doing. But you know what? It isn't brain surgery. You can't really kill anybody at a party. And so you just, you know, you do your best. And so anyway, but I wanted to share with you guys some tools that Mary Kay has given you to actually team build, okay? And those of you that are calling in, I will explain it, but then you might want to watch back on the video, because I'm going to share the screen with you and show you a couple of things so that you'll know exactly where to find these things, okay? So first of all, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, let's see, share that right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to mymarykay.com, my Mary Kay In Touch site. And so when you go to Mary Kay In Touch, you can click under Education, and then if you go forward down from Education, it says How to Team Build. And under how, and I'm going to show you these things on the screen so that you can see it. And so, because a lot of times you might think, I didn't even know that was on there. So I'm going to get it kind of big so y'all can see it. Okay, so it says Team Building Tools, and then there's a couple of different things on here. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a little thing like this, and it says Conversations Guides. And there's a place that you can click on it and actually download and print it out. And so this is fairly new with Mary Kay. It came out right around the time of the cruise. And so there's a little sheet that you can read on here, and it's an example of how a conversation might go with sharing the Mary Kay opportunity to a potential team member. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what this says here, and it's so nice because you would just kind of look at it and it'll give you an idea what to start it with. So first of all, it says, thank her for taking the time to talk with you. And it has the conversation there. So it says, thanks, Lisa, for taking the time to talk. I'm so excited to share more about how you can start a Mary Kay business. I'll go over some key points, and I also brought the Love What I Do flyer for you to look at, which is the flyer, and I'm going to show it to you, but it has the starter kit on it, okay? After discussing why she loves Mary Kay, why she loves Mary Kay products, okay, so hopefully they like the products, and why you love your Mary Kay business. Then you can share the key points from the Love What You Do team building flyer, ask her to start her Mary Kay business and be a part of your team. And so I'm going to show you the flyer in a second. So then it says, Lisa, you love Mary Kay products and you have fun every time we get together. Have you thought about starting your own business? I just started selling Mary Kay products and it is so fun. Let's do this together. People like to do things with other people. They like to do things together. And so it makes it where they're not alone. Like if they thought, who's going to help me? How am I going to do this? But if they feel like they got a little backup, it might be more fun. And it says, if you sign up today, you'll be on my team and I can help you get off to a great start. At the minimum, you would just need to find 1 or 2 customers who love the product as much as you do. Through your retail sales, you can earn extra cash and share about the products that you love so much. Now, if you ask me, that's not very intimidating. Who couldn't find 1 or 2 people, right? Just 1 or 2 people to get going. Then she said, you can earn up to 50% on everything you sell at retail, one of the highest margins in the industry. And if you build a team, there are product and monetary bonuses you can add, plus, and you can earn, plus a commission based on your team members' product sales. There are no limits. It could be a sweet side gig for extra cash or something more. You decide based on your own goals and your schedule. So you see, this is not a pressure conversation. You're not like strong arming them. This is not selling them a timeshare. You know, those are the most pressure people in the world is people that sell timeshares. Now is the best time in Mary Kay history to start a Mary Kay business. Many people today want to be associated with a value-based company with a purpose and staying power. Mary Kay was founded by a woman, Mary Kay Ash, and has a successful track record of enriching women's lives for more than 55 years by providing a business opportunity for women to discover extra income, empowered choices, and true beauty inside and out. I shared this at a party yesterday morning, and I showed them a picture of Mary Kay, and all three of them, believe it or not, did not know Mary Kay was a real person. I mean, they just thought Mary Kay like Betty Crocker. You know, Betty Crocker is just a name, right? And I'm like, no, this is a real person. I said, she started the company. I said, I actually got to meet her. I said, she was amazing. And they were like, wow, I had no idea. So if, you know, some of you that have never thought about it, there's a lot of people in this generation because, you know, Mary Kay passed away in 2001. That's been 18 years ago. So a lot of this new generation may not even know Mary Kay was really been a real person. And then it says, reassure her and help her overcome any objections. And the conversation goes like this. I know you say you haven't done anything like this before, and that's totally okay. Mary Kay makes it easy. Mary Kay has inspired women to achieve the goals for more than 55 years. I can help you get started right away to people you know, and it can grow from there if you want it to. At the minimum, you'll learn how to take care of your skin and have some fun. That's so easy, isn't it? And then it says, close the conversation by confirming her interest level and starting a Mary Kay business today. So it might go something like this. To begin, it's $100 for the starter kit. And if you choose to start with additional products, Mary Kay has the Great Start promotion that offers rich rewards. We can discuss the rewards, education, and tools available once you decide. Do you have any questions, or would you like to know anything else? Are you ready to start your Mary Kay business? So I think this little sheet, if you have not talked to a lot of people about Mary Kay, that may be a great guide to you, okay? So that's the first thing on here. The second one on here, I'll just show you, and this is the African America's National Sales Director flyer. Now, you may think that's kind of odd, like why is just this a poster of our Black nationals, okay? Okay, well, if you did know Mary Kay, she is a white woman with blonde hair. And way back, you know, people may not know, and I don't get it as much anymore, but in the past, people have thought, well, Mary Kay just for white girls, you know, which is kind of crazy because our #1 national is an African-American woman, Gloria Mayfield Banks. So this is kind of a cool flyer. If you are trying to talk to an African-American woman and you want to show her some very highly successful women who have made, you know, over $1 million, and many of them several $1 million with Mary Kay, that you could throw that in there, okay? So I want to show you that. The next one is the Love What You Do team building flyer. This one is brand new. It actually has the starter kit on it. It shows everything that comes in the starter kit on one side, which I think is awesome. And then on the other side, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is your conversation when you sit down and talk to someone. So your challenge today, I'm going to show you some other things, but your challenge today is going to be to go to Mary Kay In Touch to print this flyer off and share this flyer with 5 people this week. You just have to sit down, you're going to read over the conversations guide, and you're going to pull this out, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, love what you do. Love Mary Kay. And then you'll say, these are a few of the things why I love my Mary Kay. Freedom and flexibility. It can be a side gig or a full-time business. The fun and the friendships. A worldwide sisterhood of women helping women and sharing the fun. And you can start your Mary Kay business today. And it says, dream big. Okay? And then, of course, it has a kitty on the bed with a laptop. And that reminded me of my cats, lovingly known as Black Kitty. Okay. And then number 2, money and rewards. Okay. It says you can earn, because people, you know, it is, if you're thinking about doing something, you do kind of want to know, do you make any money? So you can earn up to 50% retail on everything you sell at retail. If you build a team, you can earn product rewards, monetary bonuses, plus commission based on your team members' product sales. And then the opportunity to earn the use of a Mary Kay career card, one of the best class car incentives in the world. And ladies, the things I'm reading to you are facts that you can confidently say, we don't want to say things that you don't really know if it's verified by Mary Kay Ash. A lot of people just throw facts and figures out there that, and that's not good. So you want to kind of stick to the facts and figures that Mary Kay puts out there, okay? And so that's one of them right there. And then number 3 is products, okay? Products women love. More than 300 beauty products, innovative skincare, on-trend color cosmetics, body care, and fragrance. Hundreds and thousands of product tests each year to make sure our products are quality, safety, and performance. And then number 4, Mary Kay. 55 years of enriching women's lives. It's a value-based company with purpose and staying power. Proven business opportunity that helps women discover extra income, empower choices, and true beauty from the inside out in nearly 40 countries worldwide. So ladies, and then you're going to just say, I just want to tell you 4 reasons why women love being a part of our business. And you're going to go over these 4. And then you can say, do you have any questions about any of these 4? Which one of these 4 kind of motivates you the most? And some might say, hey, really the products, because just like Jan and Lorie's girl, if I could get these products at half price, that would be like awesome. And then some may say the money, 50%. Yeah, you've been making 50% on me all this time you've been selling to me. And so they may do it for the money, and some may say, I just like being associated with a company that's value-based. And like at this point for me, if I was doing this interview, I would say where it says value-based company with purpose and staying power, I would say, we, Mary Kay Ash, put God first, family second, and career third. And that's also the values in my life, and also to live and work by the golden rule. So I will say the values on this little page, okay? Because that was something that meant a lot to me. And then you flip it over, flip the page over, and you're going to have the page that says an awesome opportunity. The fun is a bonus. And then I'll say, this is a picture of the starter kit, and it's everything that comes with it. It's actually not everything, but you can see the products that come in it. But we also have mirrors and trays. There's extra samples. There's a consultant's guide. There's even the washcloths come in there. It's everything you need to get started. And it's over almost $400 worth of products in it, plus all the other stuff, okay? And it's only $100 to get started. And I would love to have you on my team. We can work together. Are you ready to get started with your Mary Kay business today? What would stop you? Okay, so you can simply take this piece of paper, and you could take this piece of paper and talk to someone about Mary Kay. You don't have to get so complicated, ladies. You don't have to know the consultant's guide inside and out and all the commissions. I knew nothing about commissions. I figured I learned that since I started making some. Okay? All right. So the 4th thing on here is the Steps to Success team building brochure. And so you can't click on that. You have to order that one. Excuse me. And so I like to have this because it shows the pictures of the cards. It also shows excuse me, it shows how you go from step 1 to step 2 in Mary Kay, from a consultant all the way up to a national director. And so this would be good for any kind of businesswoman that's looking to advance. Okay. Then this one at the bottom, I'll come back to that. This at a glance. This is another one. We just had a guest event, and every single guest got a picture of this. And these are facts about the company that are very impressive. So you will always have different personalities, and some of the people you talk to are going to want facts and figures. Like some of you, when people start quoting facts and figures, you go, oh, what else can you start thinking about what you're going to eat tomorrow. But some people are like writing it down. Like they're really interested in facts and figures. So you want to look at that. On this one, it says the company. Okay, we're started in 1963. It says Beauty by Mary Kay opens on September 13th, 500 square foot storefront in Dallas. We're in nearly 40 countries. We've been in business 55 years, and our values, the golden rule, make me feel important, the go-give spirit, and balanced priorities, which are God first, family second, and career third. Then the next column says Mary Kay Ash. She was awarded the Great American Entrepreneur Award at the Smithsonian Institute. That's a big deal, you guys. She was profiled in the Forbes Greatest Business Stories of All Time. She was named as one of the 25 most influential business persons of the past 25 years. And she received the Horatio Alger Distinguished American Citizen Award. Those are huge, y'all. I mean, this is This is like putting a stamp of business approval on Mary Kay Ash, okay? It may not mean anything to you, but if you were talking to a businesswoman, it might mean a lot to her. Then the next is products. So you got the company, you got Mary Kay the woman, and then you got the products. Did y'all know that we have 1,400 patents on our products that we discovered? Like there's a patent so nobody else can get them for a certain amount of years, okay? Hundreds of thousands of product tests each year for quality, safety, and performance, investing millions of dollars in research and development. More than 300 products in the skincare, color, body care, sun, and sun protection and fragrance line, and 100 million plus investment in a 480,000 square foot global manufacturing and research development facility in North Texas. And you can say, we decided to do a brand new manufacturing plant in the United States instead of doing it in some other country where we'd save a ton of money. Instead, we're bringing all our business to the U.S. That's awesome. And then the last column is a positive impact on the community. I have talked to people, and I've later said, well, why did you decide to sign up? And they go, I love the fact that you have the Mary Kay Foundation. Like, that was it. I'm like, I'm so glad I mentioned that. Because, you don't remember everything to mention. $57 million donated by Mary Kay to the Mary Kay Foundation since 2001 to help prevent and end domestic violence. 20 Nature Explorer classrooms built in partnership with the Arbor Day Foundation at domestic violence shelters across the United States. 0 landfill site status at Mary Kay Global Manufacturing Facility, and 1 million trees planted around the world. And then Pink Changing Lives, Mary Kay has donated millions of dollars from the sale of Pink Changing Lives products to change the lives of women and their family around the world. So, I mean, that's huge. All of those, I think, are so big on the community, the products, the company, and Mary Kay. And so that will be something that you could share. So when you do your 5 career chats this week, I want you to have this piece of paper out, and you may just point out some of those things to your girl that you're talking to, okay? Because you don't know. I mean, like, you don't know that the one thing she might go, oh, Arbor Day, trees are my life. Y'all planted 1 million trees? I'm in. I don't know. I mean, you don't know. Somebody's excited about tree planting. It's a way to get back to the Mother Earth, right? Okay, so, all right. The next one is the Mary Kay ecards. Now, on the Mary Kay ecards, if you have customers that you have put in your customer base on Mary Kay In Touch, and you just go to Mary Kay In Touch, you go to Business Tools, you go to My Customers, and you enter in some customers and friends. So any of you that have done the Preferred Customer Program, or maybe you're using the Mary Kay My Customers Plus app and you're adding your customers in there, then you have names and addresses, and you have emails, okay? So Mary Kay's made it really easy to do a lot of things with the Mary Kay ecards. There's product promotions you can send, team building, hostess, marketing your business, and special greetings like happy birthday. But on the team building, there is a new e-card, okay? The very first one, and I just sent it to all my customers. I thought, this is the shotgun effect. Because I don't know, somebody might be saying, yeah, that motivates me. So the subject of this e-card says, let's be Bahama Mamas together. I'm cruising for a cruise. Want to come? Ask me more. And then it says, dear, the first name of your customer, dear Jana, Mary Kay is better than ever. Oh, yeah, it is. Right now, I'm having fun, making extra money, looking forward to earning a pretty amazing vacation to the Bahamas. I think I can get there, and I know you'd love it too. With support and easy-to-use selling tools, not to mention the awesome women in my corner, my Mary Kay journey has been easier than I imagined. You can help me reach new success by hosting a party, or if it sounds like fun to you, joining my team. We could be cruising. Let's talk. So I just sent it to all my customers right before this call. So easy. All you do is just sit up here and hit next, and then you just select all your customers, and then you hit send, which I'm not going to do that because I just sent it. But that's one easy way to do it. And when they get that card, let me go back here, and they click on it, it's going to send them to the marykay.com on their phone or on their computer. And when you do, under marykay.com, there is a thing that says Sell Mary Kay right at the top of marykay.com. It says Sell Mary Kay, And then if this is your site, which let me just go to mine so I can just show you. And you can actually send this link to people. And Mary Kay has recently updated the Sell Mary Kay part. So on your marykay.com, at the top it says shop, trends and tips, and then it says marykay.com. And then you have the big picture of the boat right there. And it says starting is easy. Number 1, connect with a Mary Kay beauty consultant. Number 2, sign and submit an agreement. Number 3, get your starter kit and start having fun. I mean, that's easy enough. And then it says be a boss babe. Hey, it's our BossBabe Call. You can be a boss babe. Start your journey. I'm going to click on that in a minute to show you how that works. And then it has those 3 things we talked about. It's right like it's on the back of your brochure. So you're like, Cleta, I don't have a printer. I can't print that thing. No worries. You have a phone. Pull out your phone. Do it right from the phone. Pull out her phone. And it has the whole thing. Love what you do. Love Mary Kay. Money and rewards. Product people love. The exact same words and cute pictures. And then it says started by a woman for a woman. And then you see right here, it says one woman can pursue her dreams. Some cute pictures. And when you click on one woman can pursue her dreams, there are 4 really great stories by different women on here. And so you could click on those and you can watch 4 stories of different women that have gotten started in Mary Kay and what they, their feelings on the company. Up here at the beginning where it says start your journey, if someone clicked on it, then it basically sends them to a place to put their name, their number, their email, their phone number, and they can check what they were interested in. And then Mary Kay will send you an email and tell you that someone is interested in the company. They can't go right here and sign the agreement. You still have to send them the link. But this is a great way to, like if you're talking to someone, just to say, hey, you know what? Go to my website and click Sell Mary Kay. And I want you to glance over all of that. And or we can do it together. Pull out your phone, I'll show you. And then y'all can talk to, that would be a talking point right there. Okay? You can actually take up in the top of your screen and you can highlight, like when I went in the top of my screen, I highlighted the address bar that says marykay.com/Cleta, and then it says English US Sell Mary Kay, and you can copy that, okay? And then you can go to Facebook. Let me show y'all something. You can go to Facebook, and then you can click on your business page. I'm gonna click on my page, okay? And then I can simply go right here, and I can paste. Okay, and then it's going to fetch a little preview, and it has several things that you can put right here. There's a picture of Candace Doverspike, my buddy, but all of them on the bottom it says it has my name on it, but there's tools to get started. So I'm going to put this picture right here that says tools to get started. I like that one. And then I'm going to go up here. Once you have the link, you can cover up the actual name that says marykay.com, and then just put ever thought about being in business for yourself. Let's win a cruise together. Ask me how. Okay, just something as simple as that. And then I'm just going to hit share. And there we go. Okay. And so, well, I actually did all 5 pictures. So that's fine. So look, there you go. It's just, they can go through here and they can click. And when they click on it, it's going to take them straight to the marykay.com page. And it says Sell Mary Kay. And then they can look at that. How easy is that, you guys? I mean, it's just a simple link. And you could text that link to someone even. So I wanted to show you those tools that Mary Kay has provided for you. And in addition to that, if you're right here on In Touch again and you're clicking on How to Team Build, you see Mary Kay Team Building on MK University. And there's a little link that says Get Started, and it takes you straight to that step number 8 on Mary Kay University, How to Team Build. And if you will look here, it has little videos with people actually having these conversations. You can go through here. It has examples of role playing with the team building, the Love What You Do flyer, everything that we've just talked about. It talks about overcoming an objection using the formula CARE, C-A-R-E, which is C stands for check to make sure you understand the objection. You ask a question to clarify your understanding. A, acknowledge, let her know you get what she's saying. Use your words to describe. That's kind of empathize. R is respond, address the objection with a realistic and honest approach. And E is expectantly wait for a response. For example, if someone said, well, I'm just too busy. Okay, that's what I said. I'm just too busy, Cleta. I like doing it, I'm just too busy. So I would say, so what you're saying is that you don't feel like with your other job you have enough hours in the day to do Mary Kay. How many hours do you think, that it takes to do Mary Kay? She goes, well, I'm sure it takes a lot, and I just really, I have no time. I work 40 hours a week, and I got 3 kids. And I would say, well, you know what? I certainly understand the way you feel, because honestly, when I started Mary Kay, I had a full-time job as well, and I had a lot of outside activities. And so, I certainly get that. What I found that if I could kind of just put a little circle around maybe just 1 or 2 hours a couple of times a week, that maybe I was doing something that I could, for a short time, not do like cross stitch, watch TV, some things like that, just maybe 1 or 2 hours. And then I found that the time that I just carved out just a little bit of time, that it was well worth it. And I could make a lot of money just doing 1 or 2 parties a week. And so, maybe it would be that we could look at your schedule and kind of just circle and see, maybe we could squeeze in some Mary Kay, even if it was just a little lunchtime facial that you could do for someone. You might be surprised. And what I have found really is that the busy people, well, they really get more done than people that have all the time in the world, because you're used to getting things done. And then you shut up and you wait and see what she says next. And then she goes, well, you're right. But I'm just going to have to talk to my husband about it. And you go, okay, so are you concerned that your husband would say no? Is that what you're saying? No, it's not that he'd say no. I just always ask him. I say, okay, so I understand that you want to check with your husband and to see what he says. So if he says, hey, yeah, do it, is there anything else that would stop you? And then that's usually not the stopper, y'all. That's an excuse right there. Ask my husband is a time buyer. That's just something to say. Okay. And then the third one is usually it. Okay. The third one is usually the real excuse. Okay. And then she goes, well, I just really don't have the $100 right now. And I would say, and then it says check to make sure to say, so you're saying right now, like you don't have the $100 like in your checking account. And then she goes, yeah, that's right. And I said, well, you know what? I understand that, because to be honest with you, I did not have the $100 when someone asked me to sell Mary Kay either. And so, but what I found is I really did not, I thought, how long do I not want to have $100 in my checking account? And with the way I was going, there was really nothing that I saw that was going to be any change to where my financial situation was going to change. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to figure it out. And so would you be opposed if you and I sat down and just figured out some ways for you to get that $100 kit and get you going? If we could figure it out together how to get that, would you want to go ahead and do it? And then I would wait and see what she said. And you know what? Just like my girl Mandy, you know what? She didn't give me all those other excuses, but she just didn't have the money right then. And so, I said, would you be willing to work for it? Because y'all, if someone go out and sell some product, why could you not help them out? Like if they can sell $208, that's enough to get a kit, right? And get some products. So, if they sell 14 charcoal masks, they have enough to get the kit and do a $225. Did y'all know that? Think about it. Okay, so in this little MK University, it goes all the way down to the sharing the opportunity, overcome rejection, the follow-up, all the resources, and then a little assessment. And so I want to just show you guys this tonight, and I'm going to stop sharing and kind of wrap it up. But I just wanted to show you all the different things that Mary Kay has put out for consultants to be able to recruit. And I did a post today. Oh, and the last one, and it's not even on here because it's an app. They just came out with a brand new app, and it's under Digital Showcase. You just search in your app store, and you look under Mary Kay, and then under Mary Kay, you're going to see something that says Digital Showcase. And then under digital showcase, let's see if I can get it where y'all can see it. Okay, yeah. Okay, you'll see this one at the top, and it says, love what you do. Okay, y'all see that? And then you just click on there, and once you pull it up, you will see the app, and it has watch first, and it's going to tell you how to use the app. Whoops. Okay. And then you're going to scroll up, and it's got different videos, stories, and what you'll want to do is watch every one of these. They're very short. And then once you have watched them, okay, and it even has a starter kit video and what comes in it. Once you've watched these videos, at the bottom of every video, it says share this video. So if you say, I need a video to share, you can just click on that share this video, and literally it's going to give you the option where you can message the video to someone. You can email it to them. You can Twitter it to them. You can Facebook it to them. You can even Voxer, however you want to send it. So you're talking to someone, like you just said, hey, can I send you a video to watch? Maybe you're talking to them on the phone. So you have already watched these videos, and you see the girl that reminds you more of her. If it's a young 20-year-old, you're going to send the 20-year-old video. If it's a working mom, you're going to send the one that's a working mom. If there's one that this girl loves horses, send that one to her. There's a lot of different ones. So you'll want to look at them, make you a few notes, and then they're very inspirational anyway. And then you can share that little video. And then at the very bottom, it has all the things that we just talked about. It has the Love What You Do Conversations Guide right here. You can pull up on your phone. It's got the Love What You Do Team Building video part 1, part 2, and it's even got the flyer, the Love What You Do Team Building brush flyer. So you guys, I don't know. I'm just thinking Mary Kay has made it so easy for us to team build. And when I look back and I think about how many people did my sales director recruit for me when I became a director? Zero. Like that's not how we did it. We would recruit people, and then we call our director and we say, I got to recruit. And then she would connect with them and help like with some business decisions like inventory and things like that. And usually we had to be on the phone with them so that we would learn what to say. I would get on there and listen. I wouldn't say anything. I just listened. And then till I knew what to do. And by the time I became a director, it was no big deal because I had listened to every single training class and every single interview that my director had done as far as like, not an interview, but a inventory talk. And so I just want to tell you that y'all can do this. You don't need the directors to recruit for you. I mean, honestly, all this stuff is all we do. We're going to do the same thing you're going to do. And yeah, maybe we've had a little more success than you. That's okay. Your first recruit is your first recruit. And when I recruited my first recruit, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. In fact, she asked me, and I'm like, I guess you can sign up. I was shocked. She was at my first party, and she called me and said, I want to do this. I said, really? All right. Well, let me figure out what to do. I'll call you back. We mailed them in at those days. And then my sister was one that I invited 1,000,000 times. She was my second recruit. And then my third one, she was from a party, and I don't even remember how I got her. I think I just used to say with Mary Kay, we used to do the 4-point recruiting plan, and we would always, ask the hostess who they thought would be good, and then we would do our crackerjack eye story, which means there's a little short eye story during the party, and then we would select at least 1 or 2 to share the opportunity with, and then we would ask the hostess. That's what we do over and over and over and over again. And then after at the end, when they signed up, we would call our director, and we say, I got a recruit, and she'd go, great, and that's it. I'm telling y'all. So I just felt like tonight, last week we talked about booking and how to do a party. I think y'all got that. Now we got to get some recruits. And so all of our units need to triple time in recruiting this month. Every single director on here is looking to build their unit. And I know all of you are looking to build your team. And all of us committed to this Destination Red. I got my little t-shirt on. But you know what? Like, we've got to stay committed. Like, it's a constant thing. We can't just have that goal and then not do anything. Because it's easy just to drop back. I say drop back and punt instead of go for the touchdown. So y'all, please, it is not time to give up on that, but it's also not time to procrastinate and think, I'll work on that next month. This is the thing. For a career conference to be considered on target, you got to get some recruits this month. And you need time so we can help your recruits get in their red jacket, right? So I need to put a little fire under all of y'all to get fired up about getting on this cruise and get some recruits this month. Okay? All right. I'm not preaching. I love you guys. You know you are the best of the best. The best of the best is on the calls. But I wanted to show you there's so many things that Mary Kay's done to help you. There's no more you can say, well, I don't know. Mary Kay don't teach us how to team build. That's just bull. So I just told you everything that they put out there. And so if you just take advantage of it, it's as easy as selling a lipstick or a charcoal mask. You just got to share it. Some will, some won't. Some will be your customers and some will be on your team. But if you don't share it, you won't build a team. And you may not ever want to be a director, and you may not even want to be on the cruise. But you know what? Would you take $1,500 and go pay whatever you need to pay with? So don't go on the cruise. Take the money, right? And so you're going to want to be on the cruise because we're going to all be there, and you don't want to be left behind. So, okay. That's my sermonette. I'm going to ask Jana to do me a favor. Jana, would you mind looking on the Voxer group, and will you write down those few people that did 5 by Friday, and then just put numbers, and I'm going to give you a number 1 to however many. Say, Cleta, give me a number from 1 to whatever, and I'll give you a number, and then that's the girl that's going to win, okay? So if you would just go write them down and put a number by their name, and we'll do that at the very end. Because we had a little thing that anyone that booked 5 by Friday is in the drawing. And whoever wins, the director is going to give her an awesome gift. Now, the director's one on there too. If the director wins, I will send the director an awesome gift. Yes, I will. Okay. And then to this week's challenge is 5 career chats. 5 people you're going to talk about the Mary Kay opportunity. 5 of them by Friday. So 5 by Friday career chats. And so you're going to on the Voxer group, you're going to say, I got my 5. And then you're going to box your sales director the 5 names and the results. Okay? So, and I want you to give it a good effort. This isn't just sending 5 videos out and not following up. That don't count. Because you know you gotta do a little more than that, right? You have to have the conversation with her. Are you ready to get started with your Mary Kay business today? Let's sign you up. I want to work with you. Okay? All right. I am going to take some questions while Jana does that. So if you are on Zoom, you can unmute yourself and start talking. And if you're not on Zoom, send me a text. Send me a text message, and I'll look at my phone. And if you send me a text message, I'll unmute you. My phone number is actually the meeting ID. So it's on, if you can look at your stuff, it's that 229-630-6641. So you can send me a text message and tell me that you have a question, okay? Otherwise, if you're on Zoom, just unmute yourself and then ask me a question. And there's also a little chat box at the bottom of your Zoom window that you can click it and you can type the question in if you like, okay? Any questions? I just love it when I do such a great job that no one has a question. Okay, Jana, let me unmute you. You got something? Hang on, Jana. Okay, let me unmute you. You're unmuted. Go, Jana.
Okay. I have a comment, something that I thought about while you were going through there is sometimes that we do have a minimum mentality that, you think, oh, well, this person would be a really good customer and that could be profit for me. But you don't know. She might be the next national sales director, and you could be driving a car for Mary Kay just based on what she's doing, so make sure that you're not
prejudging.
You're not prejudging, you're not shrinking back, and you're just going for it. And so it's like, you want to make sure that you're forthcoming and offering that opportunity. So.
Okay, great. And then Marina just sent me a chat message, and she said, where would you use the questions in a traditional interview, or would you do this instead of the interview? Yeah, this is the interview. Is that what you're saying? Like the questions to go over the things on the back of the success thing. Is that what you're saying, Marina? Yeah, so that is the interview. The interview is going over and showing them all those 4 things, and then ask, is there any reason, they couldn't get started today? I think that's what you're asking me. So these are just some tools to use when you sit down and talk to someone about the company, or you're talking to them over the phone. Okay? Anybody else has a comment or a question?
Hey, Cleta, this is Lorraine, and I'm just trying to make sure everybody's clear. And but a lot of us have been trained, and we do the Mrs. F Cab, is part of our marketing and our facials and that kind of thing. And that's actually, it was kind of on one of our prior recruiting calls too. That I think, are you kind of saying that we're overcomplicating it, and we really just need to get down to the basics of you make 50%. It's a great opportunity. You just need to go ahead and do it with us.
I really am
kind of where you're going. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really am saying that. I mean, it's certainly, I like the Mrs. F Cab because it makes you remember all the different reasons. And really, if you look at the back of that little flyer, of those 4 quadrants, that does cover all that. But I mean, it's okay to use that too. I am saying let's just don't make it so complicated. I mean, like with Mandy, I never even sat down with her and did all that. I said it at the party. I gave her a brochure. She came to the meeting, and after the end, I'm like, let's get you started. I mean, like, I just think that sometimes we do overcomplicate it. We try to make it some long drawn out thing. Just say, don't you want to, let's do it.
Cleta,
Right. Yeah.
Cleta, I want to piggyback on that for just a minute. Okay, so if you were going to a skincare class, you would ask someone, what type of skin do you have? And you would ask them some questions so you know what skincare to offer them, because that's what you know what to sell to them. So when you're recruiting, you're also finding a need and you're filling it. Okay.
Right.
So you wouldn't say, okay, oh, well, so you're over 50 and like you're 75 years old. And so you would probably wouldn't tell them about Clear Proof, Botanical, 3D. You wouldn't go through all of those different things. You would probably just say, this is it. So I think that sometimes we do overcomplicate it and we're not pinpointing why, like with my girl Shani, she loved that positive energy. I'm like, well, come with me. You can hang out with me more often through Mary Kay, So find a need and fill it. That's you. If you can sell this product, you can sell this opportunity. You're just selling a different product.
And, one of the things that Mandy really liked was she said the support. She goes, I really never felt like I've had a woman's, like a support group like you guys have at the meeting. And I said, and you will learn to love those girls. I said, they will end up being some of your closest friends. I said, because we all love and support each other. And so that was one of the reasons that attracted her to this as well, is the support. So that's so true. And when we're saying so much that doesn't apply to the person we're talking to. So yeah. 2 good points, Lori and Jana. Thank y'all for teaming up with me tonight on this. Okay, anybody else that the consultants, you guys got any questions, or directors, any other directors on here want to say anything? Y'all can unmute yourself.
Clea, it's Rosie. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Well, I just have a comment. I mean, I think that we've all, been trained, to kind of recruit on the spot, and I appreciate that. But I found that sometimes, just like everybody has a different personality, some will recruit right then, but some, obviously need to be layered. And a gal I recruited in January, I've been trying to recruit her for 2.5 years. And is the persistence and not being a pest, but being persistent, and she just always stayed on my heart, and I just shared that with her. And the very last bit was when we were at leadership, and I was talking to Jana about her, and she's like, well, why don't you call her? And so I did, and a couple of days later her agreement came through. So you just never know. And so that's just somebody that always stuck with me. And we just had her launch party, and she sold over $1,000 worth of product, and she's going really strong. So awesome. I think the time had to be right for her too. So anyway, my 2 cents.
That's for sure. And there are people you're going to have to layer. So if you want to get them by June for the cruise, you better start layering now. Because some can't do it on the spot.
Don't take 2.5 years.
That's right. Well, I mean, and some do take a long time, but some, if you plant that seed right now, you never know that they could be that last one for you, because they just need more time. But if you on June 25th are pressuring people because you have procrastinated, you know what? That's not fair to them. They don't even have time to think about it. And then you're pressuring them for an order. You know what I'm saying? So let's share now, so they have plenty of time to do what they need to do, and I'll be great start qualified, and they have time for them to win the cruise too. Because wouldn't you rather be recruited today than June 29th if you were a new consultant, to have a chance to win the cruise too, right? So, okay, thank y'all. Good points. Anybody else? Okay, probably long enough. It's an hour. So listen, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Maria, Jana, Rosemary. Let me check my phone, make sure nobody texts me.
Cleta,
It's just in order. Okay. Yep.
I need a number between 1 and 9.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's do, how about number 2?
Number 2 is Sandra Spear.
All right, Sandra Spear. And I believe she's on the phone tonight. So Sandra, I will be sending you a nice gift. She is from Chatsworth, Georgia, and she is one of my consultants. And so she and I have been doing accountability calls, and she took that challenge to get 5 by Friday. So I'm excited. So thank you, Jenna, for doing that. So we'll do the drawing next week for 5 by Friday career chats. Okay. And I know that what will happen is you guys will have some recruits. And when you recruit someone on the 5 by Friday, make sure you let us know and just put it on that Voxer group. Okay. All right. Another really quick, and then we'll end, is everybody register for career conference. Don't forget, because the registration deadline is February 28th. I mean, like, even though it's in March, you got to register before you go. So get your registration in. That's very important. Every single boss babe needs to be at career conference. Don't tell me anything else, because I want to hear it. You're going. We're all going together. We're not, no friend is left behind. So get yourself on there and register for career conference. If you're local to me, we are bringing Lori Hogg in April the 13th. And that is $95. We can only have 90 spots. I have about 20 that have already told me they're coming. And so there's about, I mean, I haven't put it public yet. So if you're local to me and you want to come, you need to register. Okay. You can contact me if you don't know how to. But otherwise, we will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for calling in. I hope some of these tools have helped y'all, and that you will just realize that you can do it. And we're behind you 100%. And definitely, if you have someone that you feel like you need your director, you've talked and you just need a 3-way call, of course we will do that. So we're not saying we're not going to help you. We're just saying you can do it. All right. Okay. You guys have a great, great week, and think pink, destination red.